Name Ker Zhu. Yeah. So I'm the owner of Luscious Dumplings. Me and my wife is, and history about our brand is it started off in 2001 with my in-laws, and then in 2012, me and my wife we left our our corporate jobs. She was a nurse and she left that job, and then we started Luscious Dumpling in Monrovia, and then and then about 6 years afterwards, we started Mason's Dumpling Shop, and then so until today, we have about 9 locations, different places in the U.S. Yeah, yeah, Luscious Dumplings. We got so this location, yes, got the Michelin bid at 2021. Yeah, we got that. We got on the list for 2021. It's a gourmet. It's nice award for us to you know to kind of verify our work for the past 10 years. Yeah, so we've been here for 14 years. So the bib the bib means like best value under $40. It's not a just a regular um, Michelin recommendation, right? A lot of stores have that. So when Michelin first came back to California, we're one of two Chinese restaurants that got on the bib that year in Southern California. Our food cost is very high. Like a lot of people don't think so, but we try to source the best ingredients. Everybody says best ingredients, but they're like, is it really the best ingredients? But we really, we grind our own meats. We try seasonal vegetables. We uh, try to keep the price low, like as much as we can, because we started off kind of very affordable. Because back in 2000, when we started the shop, a combo of 5-piece dumpling with the soup, with the Angus beef soup noodles, we're selling it for $6.50. Fast forward today, we're selling it at $17.50. And then we're not really making money on that, just because the amount of labor is very labor intensive, especially in the dumplings, and then the amount of the type of meat we use, and then the soup base, the chicken broth, and we cook it every day, da da da. But just to maintain the quality, it ties into the cost, and then we try to give to the customers as much as we can without raising the price. The majority of it is based on what my mom-in-law, handed down to us. But over years, we've like kind of improvised and made it better in terms of like standardizing. Well, I think the key thing is standardizing everything, right? Like make sure everything is up to spec, because when you have one store, it's one way to run it. But once you have like 9 shops, where does everyone fall in terms of quality? Like standardizing everything, everything's measured, of course, and then cooking time, SOPs, um, and then just making sure everybody still, like our dumplings are weighted, like what kind of pork we're using. Even, like say the pork we use here is different than the pork that we're using in Denver, because sourcing is a problem. And then say the dough here is probably different than the dough in Philadelphia because of the humidity, right? So how do we bring that into a tolerable, like um, where it still kind of tastes like us? I mean, not taste, kind of tastes like it's still like tolerable in my opinion, but then it's not. It's also workable because of the sourcing problem, right? I was heavily involved in every location, whether it's Philly, San Antonio, uh, Chula Vista, San Diego, or Denver. So every location, uh, you know, kitchen layout. I pretty much lay out every single kitchen, and like how to utilize the space or the workflow. And then equipment to buy. I set that up with every whether it's partner or franchisee or my own shops. Prior to COVID, we started building our first shop in Denver. Before we went, there's no like, I wouldn't say there's no dumplings, but there's no like specialized dumpling shops in all of Denver. Being a close spot and a ski, I was like, I was telling my cousin, hey, dude, we should run a shop over here because you guys don't have any, and the quality of food other people are selling are not that good. I have a chance. So once we opened that, it was a hit, of course. Mason's Dumpling Shop. Now we have 3 locations. When we first had opened, that location, um, there was like people coming in, taking photos, and then before you know it, Denver probably has like 40 dumpling shops right now. But a lot of them came in like sneak around and try to be our friends, try to go in the back, try to at my my brother, my cousin's wife as her friend. Like they chatted, yo, how are you doing your dumplings? And then we had like staffs that worked like there for 3 months, and then we kind of told them how to cook certain things, and then they took the recipe and ran. That's whatever. It is what it is. Even the same brand from batch to batch, they have seasonal. Like, of course, like your chive is obviously uh, summertime is not that great, but and then wintertime is a little better when it's too hot, or lotus roux, like even the flour from big brands. We had used batches, like bags of we had to throw away because the glue came in flat, so we couldn't use it. And then even so you have to test, and you got to know what you got to know your ingredients. So yeah, one of the advantages of us being in the whole dumpling thing is we know we've done everything from scratch. So all the staffs we train, there's no like you're hiring a chef kind of thing. We are the chefs. Me and my wife, we started this from scratch. So I used to cook all the meats. She used to make all the dumplings. I would just help out wrap the dumplings. So I know every detail to this whole thing. I don't know, man. Like to be honest, I really don't know. Like I want to see like keep on, like at least not grow, like at least stay around. But being, like a small Chinese restaurant is tough. A lot of people went down, like COVID, and afterwards, another round of a lot of restaurants can't survive. And then we're not like we're not a brand where, people recognize this, right? I don't think. Um, I just want to kind of maintain it. Like for now, I think at least for LA, there's a lot of competition, a lot of dumpling shops coming up, but I still want to this location is still close to my heart because my wife was talking about maybe close it down because we're not really being profitable, and I was like, dude, we started here. Remember when I was sleeping on these benches like during breaks for like 10 minutes, and then going back to the kitchen and work. I was like, I don't want to close this spot. So it comes with challenges, but overall, like we're trying to. That's why we were having you give us a boost. Maybe we can stay around a little longer. Yeah.